Hello everyone, I'm the next Bob 99. Today I'm going to talk about 1.17 new features. Only stuff that's available in survival and that you can craft from stuff in survival. And I'm going to first talk about mobs and then blocks and whatever blocks constitutes. There aren't blocks. So goats are the first thing I'm going to talk about, and they're alright. They don't drop anything, you kill them. They can jump pretty high, and they apparently headbutt you if you annoy them. I don't know how to do that. I haven't seen that in action yet. You can milk them, which it's just different. No cows anymore, only goats. But otherwise, they don't do anything. So, I mean, it's a fun little quirky addition to the game. Some people may enjoy them. I personally don't mind them. But let's move on to axolotls. These things, everyone loves them. They kill stuff for you. You can spawn an army of them to just destroy whatever. They can heal, and they generate pretty often. Right now, later they're going to not generate as often, but you can scoop them up in buckets. They come in a lot of varieties. Dark baby, cyan, yellow, whatever you want, basically. And I think they're pretty cool in terms of a new mob. And then finally, we have glow squid, which I didn't want glow squid to win that mob vote. I was hoping the isologer would win, but we have glow squid now. I think it's pretty underwhelming. It looks pretty, and glow item frames are pretty, but I don't really know anything else that they can do. So, I don't mind them, but I don't know how many. I think a lot of people really love them. That's all the mobs we have right now. We're gonna get some more later. But now onto blocks. The first block is copper, and just ores in general. So ores got a makeover in terms of their looks, except diamonds, I think, and ancient debris, but that's nether, so that's different. I think it's to make the game more accessible, really. I don't mind them after playing the update for 2 weeks. Some people might. But let's go to copper, and it's probably one of my favorite additions in this update, because it's so good for building, and you can get a lot of XP from mining raw copper. And that's one thing. There's not raw iron, raw copper, and raw gold. So you can't just mine the ore and then smelt it. You might be able to, I'm not sure. But copper, you can smelt down to copper ingots and craft stuff with copper ingots like lightning rods and spyglasses. I haven't used a lightning rod ever, so I wouldn't know how good they are. I think also never had a building struck by lightning, which might be why. And then spyglasses, good for bedrock, because then you don't have to get Optifine or zooming in mods. And then, or you can craft them into copper blocks, which weather over time. You can preserve them with wax, or you can wax them with honeycomb, which is good. I think honeycomb should have more uses in blocks or items like it. But copper looks awesome whether you cut it or have it normal. I like the two ends of the spectrum, the oxidized and the regular. The other two are I'm kind of iffy about, but I think it's a really cool block. And you got dripstone blocks and pointed dripstone. It drips water, it's in the name. But dripstone blocks are alright. I don't really care for them that much. The stalactites and stalagmites are really cool. I think they're a welcome addition to the caves. And you can drop them on people, which is very fun for multiplayer. And will make for some good traps. Next we got amethyst geodes. Now, the geode idea, I really like it. I think they should add more geodes in the future, like maybe ruby or something, or sapphire, and find uses for that. But right now, geodes are not that great in my opinion. They're very scarce, so you could travel 1,000 blocks and not find any. And you only get a couple of amethyst shards from it. So really, but you don't use amethyst shards for anything. You can mine all the amethyst blocks and use them if you really want to in a build. Amethyst shards right now, the only thing they can do is craft amethyst blocks, which why would you craft them? Because you can get 1,000,000 of them in a geode, and you can't craft them back to shards. And spyglasses, which I talked about already. Glow lichen is, I think it's cool because it's like a light source in previously completely dark caves, which adds something to the game. It also looks pretty sweet on the wall, but I think it should spawn in more than patches of one because that means they're super rare. Powdered snow, red snow, deep slate. Deep slate is really cool. It looks awesome when you tile it, brick it, polish it, or just leave it cobbled. It's a really great building material, and I hope to use it more often. Next we got moss, which can be used to grow azalea and drip leaf plants. More on this later. That's probably the main use for it. I wouldn't use it in builds that often. I don't think I will. Glowberries are another food source. Really, they're going to be 1.18, so they're not that useful or game-changing right now. Azalea trees, bushes, whatever, they're pretty cool. The leaves are different than a lot of leaves. Basically every other leaf we've had in the game. And it's like a short tree, which we haven't had a lot of new tree designs. I mean, we do have a lot of different varieties of trees, but this is a new design and I like it. Next we have drip leaf plant, which it's useful for if you want like a nature feel in your builds, or if you want like something to add to your garden, Minecraft even. And finally, we have candles and candle cakes. It's what it sounds like. You use honeycomb and string honeycomb again, getting some more uses, which more obscure things like that should get more uses. And they can be dyed, which, I mean, props to Minecraft for thinking that. I didn't think that you should dye candles, but you can. And you can stick them on a cake, which that's a really nice touch, I think, to add to the update. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my 9-minute rant about 1.17, and hope to see you soon on my channel.